Good news, guys. XRP has continued to attract immense attention from South Korean investors throughout this year. By the way, despite Ripple's earlier statement on its exclusion from the Liquidity Hub, the XRP community has continued to raise questions on the asset's exclusion. We will be reviewing what Ripple General Counsel has to say on it. Finally, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO, recently disclosed that a departure from the United States is on the table for the exchange, but the question remains this: what impact will its departure have on the SEC, US, and cryptos in general? Stick with me till the end to find out more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 30th of April. XRP remains a favorite of the majority of crypto proponents across the globe, but recent trends suggest that South Korean investors have been more drawn to the asset. As a result, XRP has secured a comfortable position as the most popular asset in South Korea, based on trade volume this year. This is according to data from Keiko, a crypto market intelligence provider. Keiko recently carried out an analysis of the top altcoins in the crypto markets based on their trading volumes since the beginning of 2023. The report took into account volumes across different exchanges, including Korea's four largest exchanges and Coinbase. Data from the Keiko report shows that XRP's trade volume on the four largest exchanges in South Korea has surged dramatically to an estimate of $16 billion since the start of the year. The figure represents more than 3 times the volume of Nano and Dogecoin, which respectively secure second and third positions. In fact, XRP's trade volume on these exchanges is greater than the combined volume of the 3 assets that secure the second to the fourth positions. For context, the 4 biggest exchanges in South Korea are Upbit, Bithumb, Coin1, and GoPax. Recall that XRP overtook Bitcoin in trade volume on these exchanges last month. The asset saw a 24-hour volume of over $500 million on Upbit alone. This dramatic surge in XRP trade volume came on the heels of the asset's price rally that began on March 21st. The rally pumped an immense amount of demand into XRP. Moreover, in a previous report, Keiko asserted that the XRP rally was majorly driven by demand witnessed among Korean investors. However, the market data provider revealed that this demand came mostly from retail investors in South Korea and not institutions. Besides the growing interest among Korean investors, whales across numerous jurisdictions have continued to accumulate XRP, especially in anticipation of a favorable ruling in the Ripple versus SEC case. WhaleStats data shows that the top 100 whales on the Binance Smart Chain hold over 52.6 million XRP tokens valued at an estimate of $26.8 million. Furthermore, a chart from Coinmetrics revealed that addresses holding at least 10,000 XRP tokens have more than doubled in number since the SEC lawsuit began, increasing from a figure below 120K in December 2020 to over 260K at present. Meanwhile, XRP is currently trading for 51 cents, up 0.22% in the past 24 hours. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Stuart Alderoty, General Counsel or Chief Legal Officer at Ripple, has addressed queries from the community on the technology firm's exclusion of XRP from its recently launched Liquidity Hub solution. The Silicon Valley company had deliberately omitted the asset while retaining other cryptocurrencies. Alderoty took to Twitter to provide clarity on the inquiries raised. The lawyer's comments closely followed a Twitter Spaces session held by attorney John Deaton on the matter. Alderoty could not attend the session, so he made these clarifications in a separate thread of tweets. Alderoty emphasized that Liquidity Hub is tailored for enterprises or institutions and not retail clients. As a result, the product requires a large amount of liquidity, but XRP has very limited liquidity in the United States. We're keen to support XRP and LH when we can provide a good customer experience, he added. Speaking further, he called attention to the fact that Liquidity Hub has always been touted as a product designed to access liquidity from a wide array of crypto assets, not just XRP. Alderoty noted that most of their clients are institutions in the US, and these clients' demands border on a variety of assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. According to Alderoty, Ripple seeks to meet these demands. Moreover, he pointed out the regulatory uncertainty surrounding XRP in the US due to the ongoing SEC lawsuit against Ripple. Alderoty stressed that regulatory clarity is important to its institutional clients, especially those in the United States, as leveraging a product that offers XRP could bring the SEC to their doorsteps. Alderoty further clarified the distinction between ODL and Liquidity Hub, emphasizing that the former accommodates XRP and will continue to do that. Recall that Ripple had provided clarifications on the matter shortly after concerns emerged that it had excluded XRP. Despite the firm's statement, the XRP community has continued to raise questions. Attorney Deaton also sought to address the issue during the Twitter Spaces session. Deaton noted that he does not blame proponents that are disappointed by Ripple's decision, but clarified that the decision aimed to address the concerns that could have been raised by the enterprises using Liquidity Hub, especially American-based companies such as JP Morgan, Coinbase, and others. According to Deaton, another reason behind this decision is the fact that the SEC could serve a preliminary injunction to the court to suspend Liquidity Hub if it contained XRP. Now to our main focus for the day. What impact will Coinbase departure have on the SEC, US, and cryptos in general? Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Pro-XRP attorney John Deaton has reacted to the recent statements from Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, in which the business executive disclosed that Coinbase could actually depart from the United States due to the prevailing regulatory uncertainty. Armstrong made this disclosure while speaking at the FinTech Week in London, per a Bloomberg report today. The regulatory landscape in the United States has not been favorable to crypto firms and the local crypto industry, with several industry leaders bemoaning the slew of unfavorable enforcement actions. Against this backdrop, Armstrong revealed that Coinbase, which presently serves as America's largest exchange, could consider leaving the country if the regulatory climate does not tilt towards favorable territories. Anything is on the table, including relocating or whatever is necessary, Armstrong disclosed. According to Armstrong, the potential for the United States to become a significant market for cryptocurrencies is limited due to a lack of regulatory clarity. He further indicated that if clear guidelines for the crypto industry are not established in the US within a few years, Coinbase may have to look for investment opportunities in other parts of the world. Coinbase is the second exchange to highlight issues with the regulatory climate in the United States in the past few weeks. Exchange Bittrex announced last month that it would be winding down its US operations, citing unfavorable regulations. Shortly after this announcement, the US SEC charged Bittrex for operating an unregistered securities exchange. Coinbase has also had its fair share of regulatory run-ins with the SEC, as the agency continues to categorize some of the assets listed on the exchange as securities. Amid this trend, Coinbase is now considering relocating. Deaton weighed in on Coinbase consideration while responding to reports of a positive regulatory outlook for crypto assets in the United Arab Emirates. Deaton emphasized that countries such as the UAE are welcoming an influx of crypto firms while the US is recording an exodus, calling attention to the Coinbase news. Deaton highlighted that Coinbase has done everything to remain compliant and even received permission to go public 2 years ago. According to the attorney, the difference between then and now is the emergence of one unelected bureaucratic, making reference to SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Furthermore, speaking on Gary Gensler's Congress hearing today, Deaton asserted that the crypto industry might not get any regulatory clarity from Congress in the coming years. It is partisan politics as usual with American innovation being murdered in real time. We must win in court, he remarked. So we come to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.